What up, what up? So today, we're gonna go through some art books because I just realized that I didn't make, or I haven't made any videos specifically looking at art books. I've shown them a bunch throughout some of my videos, but nothing that is solely just art books. So I picked out three that I think would be fun to talk about. So we've got one here by Hayashi Seiichi, one by Takato Yamamoto, and the third one by Yosuke Inoue. This one I got very recently, only just yesterday. Very excited to get into this one. So we are going to start off with this first one here. So the theme for this video, I guess, are just more darker art, I guess. It's yeah, I just picked three out, and this one I definitely wanted to go through because I only just got it yesterday, and I've been looking for pretty much like, I'd say maybe a year, searching for this art book because yeah, it can be expensive. I managed to get this one for a decent price. So this is an art book collecting a bunch of different color artworks by Yosuke Inoue, who I have showed off some books from before. So I think I did it in the Gendai comics video, and other videos as well. But he is known for doing this sort of darker style of art, and he also did some manga as well, but in this specific art book there isn't any manga, just fully all illustrations. So if I go to the back, we can see like a sort of summary of the art that was collected here. So this is just a little like biography, born in 1931 and published by Parker Publishing. And if I go back one more page, here are the dates of all of the art and illustrations collected. So pretty much 1987, a lot of 86, 81s, 84, 78, 87. So it's looking like here it's been collected for maybe like a decade or so. But yeah, this art book has been on my radar for so long, and I'm so happy that I've finally been able to pick this one up because this is in glorious full color, the entire book, and there are also some fold-out pages as well, which we'll go through when we get up to it. So yeah, the last video that I made, that I recorded, was the Gendai comics, the avant-garde collection, and I did go through Yosuke Inoue and some info about him, so you can check out that video if you want to. But I do have in total now 3 art books from Yosuke Inoue. So one of them is a small, like a, I guess, a zine, and the other one is a more larger format book. But yeah, he is known for, he also does picture books as well, which I'm really curious about. I do want to pick up a picture book just to see how different his stuff can get, because his art, just telling and looking from what we're seeing on screen right now, is extremely dark, very surreal, and there may be some pages which I can't show. We'll see, because I haven't fully flipped through this book either. So a lot of this is my first time just going through and seeing what sort of stuff is appearing. So I'll just skip over some more explicit stuff. And he does like to do these very oval shaped characters in his works, which I think fits a lot. And what I'm seeing from this book at least is a lot thicker lines. Because it's in color, it's very different from his black and white works. Usually he would have more fine lines, but he does have fine lines here, but it's, you know, the color is the main thing that we're seeing. But yeah, such weird stuff, nightmare fuel. But he has become one of my favorite artists, especially with this book. It's an insane book which can be hard to find, but I'd highly recommend looking for some of his stuff. So hopefully I can do like a full flip through of this. But yeah, much like Toshio Saeki, who, you know, he's well known for his eroguro, you know, his very erotic drawings, Toshio Seiichi also did picture books. So I don't know what the trend is with artists and mangaka doing picture books that are very, very different from their works. So from my knowledge, Toshio Seiichi has done picture books. Yosuke Inoue has also done picture books. Sasaki Maki, the nonsense mangaka, has also done picture books as well. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. Taiga Teteshi too. A lot of artists love to do picture books. So interesting trend that I've noticed, looking at, you know, all these different artists I've discovered over the years. I believe this one is the back cover of this book. But yeah, the quality of this book is so nice as well. Very sturdy, and the colors are very vibrant. I could stare at this for hours and hours. A lot of naked women, train drivers, just deformed, weird, proportionate people in a lot of hellscapes. But it's some amazing stuff. I do have quite a number of art books, and in the future I do want to make more videos just solely focused on art books. Oh, I'll just cover that. This one's so creepy. The smiles, the facial expressions. Yeah, I believe this is the cover of the book. Yes, this is the cover of the book. Here you got your trains. A lot of trains for some reason. His manga in the Gendai comics was also about trains. Very interesting. But yeah, I was saying I do have quite a number of art books. My videos have mainly been on manga on the channel. I've definitely shown art books here and there, but never a video dedicated to art books solely. And I do have a lot that I do want to show off. Some of them might be hard to, because, you know, for example, Maruo Suehiro, famed Eroguro mangaka. I have 3 of his monographs, but some of the stuff can be a bit too explicit, so I have to be selective on what I actually choose. Looks like here we've got some more simple stuff, smaller artworks, pretty cool. But yeah, I did talk a lot about Yosuke Inoue in the previous video, so this showcase here is just purely to introduce his color artworks, because the other 2 art books I had did not really have that many color artworks. This one is fully in color, which is so insane to me. I can't believe I actually got this after a year and a bit of searching. Probably one of my favorite art books in my collection at the moment. Yeah, I've got some Maruo, I've got some Yuichi Yokoyama, which I was thinking about. I haven't actually shown a Yokoyama book at all on this channel, which is so weird because I have a ton of his books. A ton of his books that I do want to talk about. It's just, I guess I never came around to talking about them. Love this one. This guy's ripped. But yeah, there should be a flip out page coming out soon. And Yosuke Inoue still has a Twitter account run by his daughter, so I'll put that link in the description as well. But yeah, in terms of the amount of art books he's released, maybe a couple of them. Some of them are hard to find. Actually, all of them are hard to find now I think about it. And I still am missing a couple. So still on the journey to finding his stuff. This one's pretty sick. Love that symmetry. I'll just flip it around. I'll hold it up. More detail. You can see how vibrant the colors are in this book. You can see every sort of stroke in those. I should have put up the book closer for the other artworks as well. This one's fucking sick. It reminds me of like this art style, or this artwork in particular. Like, it reminds me of those yokai I guess artworks, just because of the waves and the lines, the way the line work is, and these clouds. Like this tiger, very yeah, I don't know what the name of those illustrations are, this type of illustration, but it does remind me of like those drawings of myths, of gods, of yokai, that sort of thing as well. But yeah, pretty fucking sick. Love those overheads. I wonder if, well, I haven't searched it up, but I do have to check, because he's done manga before. Well, manga, they're not like, you know, running series or anything, but comics and all that stuff. Do wonder where they might have been published. I do know he was in Black Magazine, a very, like an underground avant-garde publication that ran for a couple of issues, but it's extremely hard to find. You have people like Yosuke Inoue, Toshio Saeki, a lot of avant-garde underground people publishing that. So yeah, this is where the double-page spread pops out. So I'll just have to do like a little thing over here. Absolutely insane. I love the colors in his artworks. Just so dark, extremely dark. I really like this guy over here. But yeah, so chaotic. Every drawing of his is chaotic, and pretty much the best way to summarize his works are just nightmare fuel. Most of it is nightmare fuel, which is my favorite sort of art. So yeah, this one was 1975. The big one was 1986. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. And in terms of his manga, they pretty much follow the same sort of style. Dark, surreal, nightmarish, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before, a sort of like ancient yokai myths and legends, that sort of style of artwork. A lot of like monsters too, like this one here. Maldeformed, that type of stuff. So yeah, I don't think I've seen this art book showcased anywhere before, so I'm very glad I could actually get one and show you guys all this, because it'd be very hard to find other pictures. Because I have looked up, you know, this book before, only a couple of pictures have popped up of the inside. So depending on the art book, we'll see how much I can show. But this one here, pretty sure I can just do a full flip through. So yeah, since I've got, you know, the rare stuff, why not show it to everyone else? And honestly, it'd be great as like art inspiration if you draw darker, grittier stuff. This would be really cool as a poster. I don't think there are any posters. Oh no, I do have a poster by Yosuke Inoue. It came in another art book. It's like a calendar thing. I'm not sure if I've shown it before, but it's definitely on my Instagram. We'll zoom in. Yeah, picking a thumbnail is going to be hard, because I do want to pick a picture from this book and use it as a thumbnail, but it's going to be really hard because everything looks so cool. There's also one thing I really enjoy about making these videos, just choosing things to use as thumbnails. Oh man, this is really creepy. I hate like dolls. It looks like a doll. Super creepy stuff. But yeah, I eventually do want to get a picture book of his and just compare whether they have the same vibe, very dark tones, or if they're completely different. My expectation would be very surreal, very weird. That's what I expect from a picture book of his, just going off of his art from this book alone. Interesting. He's got a frog here. Is that a kappa? Maybe not. Yeah, this is what his line work looks like, just black and white. Weird stuff, but love it either way. 1983. $1987. Oh, I like this one. It's like a merry-go-round. Yeah, but in hell. Pretty much, just you can describe anything here just being in hell. Another train again. I guess he loves to have people in trains. Well, trains do feel very poignant in dreams anyway, so I think it fits. And at the back, I think we have a an essay. Yes, an essay by one of, maybe an art critic, something like that. But we've also got these cool black and white little drawings by Inoue. Just all the way here. Very different too. But yeah, his art style is very distinct. You know, you see someone like this with these body proportions, oval head, you'll know it's Inoue. Amazing stuff. One of my favorite art books, for sure, for sure. And yeah, that was this. I forgot the actual name of this art book. I will put everything in the description. But yeah, that was the Yosuke Inoue art book, one of my favorite pickups as of late. So if you are interested in this type of stuff, then I think I have, yeah, I've showcased his work before in other videos, so check them out. Yeah, fucking love this one. All right, let's move on to the next art book. We'll follow, yeah, same vein. Let's do one by Takato Yamamoto. This one is called Vampires Box, and this is my only art book from Yamamoto. He has done a ton of art books he's released. This one is a more recent one. I think released either 2022 or 2023, one of the two. And it's a smaller one. If you compare it to, you know, this is like a normal, like a tankobon size. This is the size of the Yamamoto book. So a lot of his other books are, you know, bigger art book size, but this one here is like of a different format. And here's the back. Sorry. I'll open up to here. So Yamamoto is very well known for his I would describe it as like a lot of fine lines, very graceful with his drawings. And as the name suggests, this art book is focusing on vampires. And he does do a lot of has a lot of sexual imagery, but it is amazing. So I will have to be careful about what I actually show. But what's cool in this little art book is that there are English translations of some of the, like, I guess, poems or accompanying passages, like this, for example. So it's got it in Japanese and in English. But yeah, I really love this art book. It's my only one of Yamamoto, so I do need to definitely get more from him. But yeah, a lot of homoerotic stuff as well, which is great to see. So yeah, you would get this the Japanese and the English, pretty much just describing or is related to the image at hand. And you get a wide variety of artworks that are mainly centered on vampires. And I do believe that sorry about that. Another art book of this format was released. I think it's called Skulls Box. So I don't have that yet. I do want to pick that up, but just guessing from the name, probably the motif will be skulls. So you get a lot of this stuff, which is, oh, I love it. Love it so much. Yeah, he has a ton of art books. Yamamoto, a ton of art books that you can find, I think, relatively easily. They aren't, some of them I think are a little bit harder to find, the ones that are out of print, that sort of thing. But since he's done so many, you know, just picking up one of them, just one of them would be amazing. Yeah, so far, nothing too suggestive at the moment, but as we go into later in the book, because this is such a big book, I mean, well, big as in like there's so much content, even though it's a smaller book, I'll just do more, I'll flip through it faster. But yeah, he has Yamamoto has an Instagram. Yeah, he does have an Instagram. I do believe he also has Twitter. This is one of my favorite illustrations in this whole book. I just love the flowers and the vampire. And these like little eye things. The regenerating. So yeah, if you want to read these, feel free to pause anytime as well. Wow, I love this one. It's like combining these vampires with a lot of natural imagery as well. But yeah, this video, a little bit more suggestive. This video serves as more of a flip through than info. Just showcasing and introducing new artists. Amazing stuff. Like the eyes are always so entrancing on his characters, and especially because, you know, this book is centered on vampires. Sounds sick as well. We've got like a close-up of the detail. Just amazing. Just amazing. So in the future, because I do definitely want more of his art books, I will show off more of his artworks, because, you know, this is just focused on one specific motif, that being vampires. He has done other stuff as well. He's also illustrated the cover of one of the Axe issues, which I don't have. It's always hard to find. And I do believe he made a manga, a one-shot at least, in that issue. But it's hard to find. It's more like higher priced than a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, oh, there we go. So this artwork here, Strange Destiny, was one of the Axe covers, the cover art for one of the issues. So this exact same one here. One of the earlier ones, I do believe, is maybe like a 20-something issue, something like that. Got window, you know, stuff like this, more suggestive. The sexual tension in a lot of these artworks is very, very strong. But yeah, in terms of his stuff, I would say less on the gory side. We don't really see as much gore, at least from what I've seen in terms of Yamamoto's artworks. They're more elegant, graceful, you know, more erotic than anything. If you're thinking of, you know, Ero Guro, he's not really Guro, he's more Ero, which, yeah, just popped up, and, you know, can't really show that. But yeah, you know, it's still blood, because vampires, but not as gory. It's a very tasteful sort of, I guess, portrayal of blood. Just very graceful stuff. This one's an interesting one too. I was like looking at this and combining these like very vibrant yellows and blues with the natural green and the red. Interesting choice. And I love that you can see the texture of this. Like, I wonder what he drew this on. Like a canvas of sorts. But yeah, sometimes they will have these like close-ups of some of the works, which is cool. And of course you've got your goat. It's just amazing stuff. So yeah, I'll just quickly flip to the back. Here's the afterword. Feel free to pause and take a read of that. And then we've got the just the dates. So it works from 2007 all the way up to 2022. So it's just telling you, where all of these works were published. And he was born in 1960. Just a little summary of that. But yeah, that was Takato Yamamoto. And here's a list of works in English. And his amazing erotic vampire book. I recommend you pick this up because, it's a smaller format book, so if you're running out of space or anything, amazing. So there's a second version of this same format called Skull's Box, but other than that, his other art books are of the bigger format size. So yeah, Takato Yamamoto, highly recommend. I mean, I highly recommend every single artist in this video, but just different styles to recommend. All right, so last but not least, we have an art book here by Hayashi Seiichi, the very famous Gekiga alternative manga serialized in Gar, and this is called Kohanka, which I'm not sure what it translates to, maybe red flower. But with Hayashi, he has published a lot of art books as well, but the thing is, a lot of them are really expensive. They are rare and expensive. So this one that I'm holding here is, I think, the only art book that I have of Hayashi at the moment, and it is on the cheaper end. So it's a smaller book, and it's not as hard to find compared to his other ones. His other ones can go up to like $100 or more sometimes, or even average $100 or more. So this is the only one I have from him in terms of art books. So it's a more cheaper, affordable option that still gives you that amazing art that you'd want from Hayashi. So there's a hardcover book as well, so I'll have to put this down. Showcase. So there's a combination of color works and some other sketches and drawings as well, black and white. So I will just flip through all of these. I'm not sure entirely if some of these illustrations overlap with his other art books because I've never, owned another one of his. But yeah. So his style does include a lot of these like very beautiful women and very surreal sort of settings as well. So now we get into some of the black and white stuff. And he's done a bunch of covers for Gara as well. And those issues are always on the more expensive side. And any Gara issue with a Hayashi cover is always like a bit more expensive than the other Gara issues, which makes sense because in those issues a lot of them did have his serializing works. So Red Colored Elegy was popping up a lot in those issues. I think it was in the 70s, and a lot of his other one-shots. It was more prolific in the 70s and 80s, so that also makes sense. But yeah, it's they're so expensive. I don't have that many issues with cover art by Hayashi just because they're lots more pricey. And I can't read these because they're in they're handwritten and a bit hard to understand, but I'm guessing it's just related to the image itself. Very interesting imagery, surreal stuff, sometimes quite dreamlike as well, but always beautiful. Always beautiful. So yeah, quite a number of black and white pages. I love this one as well. You don't have the full body outline of her face or a body or anything like that. It's just those eyelashes. Those eyelashes are very iconic as well. Like in all of these artworks, in those Gara issues, you know, when he draws women in these traditional clothing, their eyelashes are very poignant. It's very interesting as well. Got a lot of blood stains on the artworks. And they are very emotional. Well, let me rephrase that. A lot of emotion in the drawings in the women. A lot of it is grief as well. So some great stuff coming from this art book. So I'll skip over it a little bit. And I'll move on to his color works. Some of his stuff can be creepy as well, which I love. Like this is kind of creepy to me. Alright, so we'll jump back into his color works. I love this one so much. This the back of this woman reminds me a little bit of Tsuge Yoshiharu's the story in Nejishiki, the girl who works in the something tavern, just reminds me of her a little bit. There's a bit of glare there. A lot of his artworks are of like them being chased by things, being haunted by something as well. This one's great. Yeah, he does do some erotic artwork too. So I'd be very interested as to what his bigger art books, the more expensive and rarer ones, are like. Because this one has just a great selection, a great variety of things, all focusing on this one, you know, woman, of course, but a great variety of imagery, and all following this central theme, I guess, of grief. The woman seems to be suffering a lot or in sorrow. This one's interesting. Her breathing fire. And I love the colors in the background, that blue, green, purple, contrasted against these very bright yellows and reds, a bit of orange as well. It's pretty cool. Alright, and then now we move on to the third section where they're more, the artworks here are more sketches, but they're all done in red. I think most of them are done in red. And they're quite weird, which I like. You know, this weird creature thing, long necks, a woman getting suffocated by another long creature thing. The only complaint that I have, really, just a minor one, is this, that, you know, because it's the subject matter is in the middle, you can't really see them sometimes. I don't want to damage the book, you know, I don't want to rip the spine open, but yeah, these it'd be great seeing these like fully flat, but you got to make do with what you have. You know, this is a more affordable art book, and it's not a major complaint. I'm just happy to have anything Hayashi, to be honest. So yeah, more simple stuff, not really any intricate backgrounds, more line work, sketches, that sort of thing, featuring the woman and you know, this sort of monster, recurring long-headed monster thing. Yeah. And it does seem to be following a story of sorts. Not that I know exactly what it is about, but you know, the characters seem to be doing something. But yeah, some crazy stuff here. I love this one. Love the red. It's so bright, so bright. For some reason, this guy on the left here, his face reminds me of like Maruo's art style. Oh no, or maybe Hanawa's, Kazuichi Hanawa. Just something I noticed. Right, and then we continue back to black and whites. And oh, I love it when, it's a bit hard to see, but I love it when Hayashi does these very like creepy, you know, those eyes are just like giant black holes, voids, very still faces. Because some of his works have those creepy images and it's just so captivating. A lot more writing as well. Yeah, like something like this. That creepy grin, those voids in her eyes. And some more surreal, weird stuff. A pipe walking. And yeah, I'll skip through the rest of these because, again, more simple sketches. But this is an amazing book to have if you can't really afford the more expensive stuff. So it was born in 1945 and this book was published in 1989. And yeah, that was Kohanka, and it's also really cool I didn't comment as well. We've got a shiny silver imprint on the cover of this. So that was Kohanka, an art book by Hayashi Seiichi, and the end of the video. So I hope that I've introduced you guys to some great artists and illustrators that I personally love to death. And yeah, in the future I do want to do more of these art book videos. I do have a bunch. Some of them are very big, so I do probably have to like lift up the camera a little. And yeah, by the way, if you were curious, I'm just recording my phone, that's all. So I'm just using my phone that's like on a stand to record, and I've bought like a really cheap microphone thing that connects to my phone. So yeah, that's just how I record, and usually I record on the weekends because I'm just busy during the weekdays. And my process is just pick out whatever I want to talk about on the day, whatever I'm feeling like, then talk about it, and then I go back and, you know, check the video. If there's anything I missed or I made a mistake, I put all of that in the notes in the description. So if you're watching any of my videos, always check the description because sometimes I make amendments. Sometimes in the video I say, oh, I forgot the name of this and that. I put those in the description as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.